Hey YouTube, so I just watched a new teaser trailer for Netflix's new show, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Now, some of you probably know that this show is going to be based off the books by the same name, and these books are aimed at young adults and kids. And as a kid, I loved these books. Me and my friends would get together, read the books, and discuss our theories about what we thought had happened to the main characters and where they were now, because these books were framed as if they were a true account of real people. And what was great about these books was the tone. They were so miserable and depressing. And that as a kid was just fantastic because every other book went the opposite direction and was so happy. So it really made A Series of Unfortunate Events stand out to me and my friends. So when I saw the trailer for the new show, I was a little apprehensive, especially after the movie that came out. But thankfully, I thought it was pretty cool. The trailer has Patrick Warburton, who is from Family Guy. I think he voices Joe. And yeah, he's just walking through the set of A Series of Unfortunate Events. He plays Lemony Snicket, who is the author of the books. And he's just saying how the cast aren't there. They're all depressed. They couldn't make it into work because the show was so dreary. And I think, I don't know, it just kind of made me smile because it just reminded me of being a kid and reading the blurb on the back of the book, and it was that same kind of tone and attitude. So I really do think that they captured that feeling correctly, and that is something that the movie really failed to do. I also really liked that as Patrick Warburton was walking through the set, you could just see how dark and dreary everything looked. It was kind of like a Tim Burton picture, but more toned back, and that's very appropriate for this kind of book or TV show. Now, something that did get me excited was when I looked on IMDb, Neil Patrick Harris is going to be playing Count Olaf, and I think Neil Patrick Harris is a great actor, and I wasn't really happy with how Jim Carrey played Count Olaf. And for those of you who don't know, Count Olaf is kind of the main villain of these books and now TV show. So I'm hoping that Neil Patrick Harris is going to have a look at what Jim Carrey did, have a read of the books, and maybe just land somewhere in between so we can get this kind of quirky character who is also menacing and just villainous, because I didn't really get that from Jim Carrey's version. It was more humorous and just like a massive cartoon. And like I said earlier, these aren't really cartoony. As a kid, you believe this. Now, as an adult looking back, you realise that this is fictional. This just can't happen in real life. But I think for the show to succeed, it really needs to capture the hearts of kids the way the books did. And it will actually be interesting to see what tone they land with for this. Like, will the series be aimed at adults who grew up with the books, or will it be aimed at a new generation to get them into A Series of Unfortunate Events universe? And I don't really know what I prefer, because obviously I kind of want something that I can really enjoy, but I would like the series to continue onwards because I did think it was a great series as a kid, and I would like for the new kids on the block to share in this experience, because as a kid these books really encouraged me to kind of critically think. Even though it turned out to all be a big lie, I used to keep a notebook and I would write down notes from all the books, and we would just investigate these books and see what happened to these kids. Now obviously the internet will take a little bit of that away, but I still think it would be very cool for kids just to experience this world, because it is worth experiencing, and hopefully families will enjoy this. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the teaser trailer for the Series of Unfortunate Events new TV show. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, maybe you could subscribe, like this video, and comment on it. I'd really appreciate it. Obviously everything here is very amateur. I'm just using my budget phone, but I'm hoping the channel will continue to grow and I'll be able to get a little bit better in front of the camera. But as I said, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See ya!